It is 6:53, time to get you ready for your Tuesday with today's top headlines in the morning spread. Nikki Torres is live with tips to make sure your Thanksgiving isn't ruined by fire. Kelsey Morgan has what you need to know about a storm already snarling Thanksgiving travel. Mark Peterson tracking strong winds making their way into the region tonight. But first, a Spokane police officer will face a judge this afternoon. Nathan Nash has been charged with second-degree rape, accused of sexually assaulting a woman who was the victim in a crime he was investigating. Nash was arrested on Friday. He was released from jail the next day without having to post bond because a court commissioner felt he is not a danger to the community. Nash will be in court today for the first time, scheduled at 3:30 this afternoon. We will be in court as well and let you know as soon as we learn anything new in this case. Download the 4 News Now app to follow.
What's being called a historic storm sweeping the country just in time to cause chaos during one of the busiest travel weeks of the year. Snowfall has already canceled 435 flights at the Denver airport today, including 2 that were heading to Spokane and 2 that were coming from Spokane. Minneapolis, Iowa, and Michigan also bracing for intense snow, which means if you plan to fly anywhere, you'll need to keep a close eye on your flight status. This same storm also going to dump rain from San Diego to Anaheim and bring strong winds to our area starting tomorrow.
And this is a look at what you could face if you're planning a trip over Snoqualmie Pass for Thanksgiving. Roads are bare and wet this morning, but overnight some slick conditions caused at least one driver to lose control and slide into an embankment. A fleet of plows were out salting and treating the roads overnight.
And the winds are going to be pushing in, and we're going to see those winds later on today, tonight, and tomorrow. So a wind advisory will be in effect throughout eastern Washington all the way into the Cascades and Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, even Deer Park. A high wind warning with winds in excess of 50 miles an hour. 25 heading out the door. Our high today is 34. Again, that patchy fog, slippery roads exist.
People in Liberty Lake still cannot drink their tap water. A boil advisory has already been in effect for 5 days and likely will be through Thanksgiving. It was put into place when E. coli was found in the water supply last week. Recent testing has been negative for that bacteria, but did find traces of total coliform, another bacteria. The Sewer and Water District will keep testing samples today. 2 rounds of clean results are needed in order to lift the boil order. Investigators in Alabama believe they have found the remains of missing college student Anaya Blanchard. The 19-year-old has been missing for more than a month, last seen at a convenience store October 23rd. Hundreds of volunteers have spent weeks looking for her.
And my Macon County Sheriff Department are here checking things out, but these remains are believed to be Anaya Blanchard.
A 3rd man has now been arrested in connection with her kidnapping.
Good morning. Thanksgiving is in just a couple of days. Before you start cooking, make sure you follow these safety guidelines. Remember, you never want to take your eyes off of the stove, off of the oven, anything you're cooking this season. And also, in the case of a grease fire on a stovetop, or even when you're deep frying that turkey, you never want to throw water on it. Make sure you just slide a lid over and call 911 if you need help.
Coming up next on Good Morning America, the do's and don'ts of Black Friday. GMA explains why 3 is the magic number when it comes to credit cards and how you can best utilize your card's rewards program while you shop. And a meticulously planned heist in Germany. Surveillance video shows thieves smashing into a museum and making off with priceless jewels.
It's unbelievable.
You can see behind me the small triangle in the grill that the thieves cut out and slipped through to get inside.
Next, how the suspects created a power outage to allow them to get away.
Well, today the results from this month's election will become official. The elections office in each county in Washington state will be certifying those results today. Unless anything changes, at least one race is headed for a tie. It's for the council position 3 in the town of Fairfield. Now, that town, about a half-hour south of Spokane Valley, has a population of 612. In this election, exactly 78 people voted for each candidate. That means the results will be recounted by hand, but if nothing changes, the winner will be selected by a game of chance. The last tie in Spokane County in the 2018 primary was broken by placing 2 balls, each with a number corresponding to a candidate, inside a brown milk bottle and drawing the winner.
Some sad news this morning. The koala who shot to fame last week when a woman bravely rescued him from a wildfire in Australia has died. He became known as Lewis, the name of one of the rescuer's grandchildren. The hospital that was looking after Lewis decided to euthanize the animal today when it became clear his burns would not improve. An apartment building near downtown Spokane cleaning up a big mess this morning. A car crashed into the Ruby Suites last night off Division and East DeSmet. The driver said she didn't see a stop sign at Boone and Division. She went to the hospital with some minor injuries. Police are now trying to figure out if drugs or alcohol were involved in that crash. 2 local parent-teacher organizations have been plagued by theft this year in Deer Park and at Finch Elementary. PTO treasurers were accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from their schools. Both have been arrested. We talked with people who have dealt with this kind of theft before. Read their tips for avoiding it in your organization on KXLY.com. And tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, holiday travelers are hitting the road. Are you ready? Tomorrow, how to prep your vehicle and put together an emergency travel kit. Plus, Mark will alert us to any weather conditions that could slow us down. That's tomorrow morning.
And for today, it's the patchy freezing fog that's causing problems for the commuters, so please take it easy. 34 today, 33 tomorrow. Today, the fog. Tomorrow, it's winds in excess of 30 miles an hour.
Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Right now, going to GMA. We'll see you in about 25 minutes.